Your Excellencies, respondent respectively exercises its right for rebuttal and response to the issues raised by the applicant. Firstly, in respect to the great submissions, let us turn to the judicial practice which indicates that it doesn't matter how great the crime is, not only if this crime constitutes a universal crime within the meaning of the, for instance, Rome Statute, there must be good reasons to believe that there was a violation, for instance, following the judicial practice established by the investigative case by the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea, or by the US courts in the cases United States versus Williams or United States versus Taimaro. Turning to the second fact, it should be emphasized, while in paragraph 45 of the compromise, it is established that the ACPS indicated that the yacht was responsible for the Rose Hill incident, and this was the alert that constituted by the ACPS. However, the clarifications paragraph 12 indicates that the alert directly included the human trafficking as a reason for the hot pursuit. Turning to the third fact, namely to the Icarus as a warship, it should be emphasized that nevertheless the actions of Mr. Lutz do not fall within the piratical attack, since there was not a direct act of violence, and Mr. Lutz was not trying to somehow capture the Icarus or to somehow influence on the Icarus under the private ends, as is required under the Article 101 of the UN clause, and following the practice of states, for instance, in the above-mentioned case of the Arctic Sunrise, we can see that there is a requirement of the direct violence, and there should be somehow private ends related to the incidents. And the fourth remark with respect to the Rome Convention and the exclusive jurisdiction of Rytania, should be emphasized that, as you have truly mentioned, Mr. President, none of the states are parties to the Rome Statute.
How to solve conflicts of norms with the same hierarchy, please? Are you familiar with the Fragmentation of International Law study of the International Law Commission?
Indeed, Mr. President, and it should be emphasized that there is a view within the international community, namely within the highly qualified publicists.
Shortly, how to solve this question?
Your Excellency, there is a position, there are different opinions in this respect. However, one of the positions is that the customary international law should prevail over the treaty obligation, since the customary international law constitutes the position adopted by the international community in general. Thank you, Mr. President, Your Excellencies. With this, respondent rests the case. May it please the court.